All right, we're on Wednesday, March 18. We're on paper 2 of 3, and we'll go through these quickly. We'll start with number 1 here. It says 7-2 on the top. Problem number 1, it's all about how many hits a person gets for every at-bat. And I realize I just made a mistake copying this down. Easy mistake for anybody to make. It says that Roger gets 3 hits every 12 times he's at bat. Now it's asking how many times at bat is he going to need to be before he gets to 12 hits. So we're going to represent that unknown number with the variable x. We're going to set these up as fractions. So 3 over 12 equals 3 is on top. So now this 12 has to go on top as well. And my unknown goes on bottom. Cross multiply. We should be in this nice habit. 3x equals 12 times 12 equals 144. X equals 144 divided by 3, or x equals 48. He needs 48 at-bats to get 12 hits. So pause to reset. All right, so problem number 2, as you can see here, I sketched a little box to help explain, to help get our thinking squared away. So the first thing we're going to have to do is take our measurements from the box and find out the volume of the box. This is definitely a problem where you'll want to use a calculator. You'll get an answer of 134.75. And then what we'll do here is that's the volume of the entire box. But the question, we have to think carefully here. The question actually tells us, the very first sentence, it says, the box is 3/4 filled up with raisins. So that's what my little statement inside this box says. It's filled up just partially. And so we're going to need to think about how the amount of raisins relates to the amount of the volume of the box and the volume of the raisins relate. And they relate in a very simple and precise way. We would say volume of raisins is 3/4 as much as the volume of the box. I guess my dogs disagree, but they're not 6th graders. So they're wrong, I guess. But volume of raisins here is 3/4 the amount of the volume of the box. We represent that with the operation multiplication. So then we just multiply 3/4 times 134.75 there. And our answer for volume of raisins, once again, this is definitely a calculator. And we get an answer of 101.0625 inches cubed. Okay, so take a peek there at the calculator and go ahead and make your corrections as needed. All right, so I'm going to walk you through 3 and 4 by just showing you. 3, I filled out the table here. The ratio is 3:2, salt to brown sugar. So you just fill in the missing values. When there's 15 parts of salt, there's 10 parts of sugar, 12 parts of salt, 8 parts of sugar. And then I do the same thing over here for Aunt M's. It's a 4:5 ratio to start. I'm going to pause on the saltier and sweeter questions because I want you to take a peek down at this graph. I graphed them just very simply using the data tables. And you can see salt is our X value and brown sugar is our Y value. And I graphed them there. And what you find, the way we use this, we did this in class a couple times, is you find the value. I want you to read what I wrote over here. It says, look at where they have the same value for salt. That's at salt equals 12. Aunt M's has more sugar at this point. And you can see that just simply by looking at the line that Aunt M's graph makes, and it's much higher. And higher is the brown sugar. It's our Y value. And so we know that Aunt M's has more sugar because the graph is higher. So Aunt M's is more sugary. Grandma's recipe is saltier. I'm going to skip the stretch your thinking. I'm going to skip my explanation because I'm running out of time for this video. They have to be under 5 minutes, but I'll just let you sit right here, and if you want to take a look, I think you'll be able to decipher the stretch your thinking on your own. This is it for video 2, and I'll put video 3 up very shortly.